Good morning, crew. So today's workout is not necessarily a makeup kind of day, but this week we've had resistant band workouts, we've had yoga classes, we've had workouts that you didn't really do that many repetitions. So today we get to. Now, time constraints wise, if you only have 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that, you may not be able to do all 6 exercises. And if that's the case, pick your favorite 3 and just do those, okay? If you have, 40 minutes, pick 5. If you can spend some time today, we're going to do all 6. Now, this workout, it's, death by, which means every minute, let's say we'll talk push-ups. It says start at 5. So in the first round, the first minute, you have 1 minute to do 5 push-ups. After you've done those 5 push-ups, your shoulders, remember, have to go below your elbow. We're not lowering our lower back first. Our shoulders and hips have to go at the same time. If some of those things aren't happening, you need to check your ego and you need to stop and be done with that exercise. But if you're able to get those repetitions in, whatever time is left is your rest. Then the next round, 6. Same deal. If your form starts to slack, you need to check your ego and you need to stop, because at some point, it's going to get ugly. And once it gets ugly, you need to stop. If you continue going, now we're talking, we're pinching vertebrae in your back. We're in such an awkward, weird position that you're putting weird stressors on your shoulders. If you're not going low enough and you're only doing little ekers, it's not worth your time. It really isn't, okay? Just to be able to say, hey, I did 74 rounds, you really didn't, okay? So you'll do 5 in a minute, 6 in a minute, 7 in a minute, blah, 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 blah. Once you're unable to finish those repetitions, take a little bit of a break. We're moving on to a different body part. Squat jumps. You can touch the ground if you'd like. If you don't touch the ground, it's a little bit harder. You can opt out of the jump and just stand up rather quickly. But just like with push-ups, your hips have to go below your knees. If you're just barely bending your knees, you're done. Move on. Do something else. Or modify and sit to a chair and stand up from there. I'm a rapper and I didn't even know it. Anyway, you'll start at 8 with that exercise. 8, 9, 10, 11. Then when you lay on your back, you got V-up, start at 5. Stability ball leg curls. If you don't have a stability ball, you can always use plates. You can always use sliders. If you're using plate sliders or even the ball, we're purposefully trying to create friction, right? We're digging into our object and trying to drag it as hard as we can toward us and drag it as hard as we can away from us. You'll start at 8 as well. Inchworms, you start at 5, keeping those legs straight. No push-ups, okay? By the time you're at inchworms, you should be pretty fatigued. Then lastly, the lateral shuffle plus a burpee. You're doing 3, so I want you to shuffle one way, do your burpee, shuffle another, do a burpee, shuffle back, do a burpee. That's 3, rest. Then we do 4, then we do 5, then 6, 7. Eventually, that will fatigue you out. But again, if you guys are a little bit time constrained after your warm-up, instead of starting at 5 with some of these exercises, you might start at 8, right? You're like, okay, I know I can do 8 push-ups. I'll do 8 push-ups, 9 push-ups, 10 push-ups eventually, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'll be done. Shouldn't take you 10 minutes. But 6 exercises, maybe, every minute on the minute, starting at whatever number's in parentheses. Every minute you're building repetitions, making sure you're doing these right. Especially once you get to the leg curls, the inchworms, the shuffles, it might have been 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. You're tired, okay? You really need to make sure that form is king today. If form breaks, move on, okay? It's not a big deal. Today's workout is a tough one. Good luck, guys.